I just want to advise you, you're being audio video recorded, right? So, like I told you before, I'll give you an example of another permit that people actually put. It's no charge, but you have to notify the city. You know, if you have banners, decorations, equipment, extension cords, and I'll go to the place where it says sound.
Now, hold on for a second. Because what he is showing you right now is not a permit for what I am doing. There is no such permit for what I am doing. What he is showing me, and this is where the trickery and deception comes in, because you know that's how the enemy plays his cards. What he is showing you right now is for people who have sound trucks, speakers on top of a truck, for people who have things like food trucks, venues. You're holding an event where there's going to be multiple speakers. You're taking up public property. You're making money off of the city on public property, stuff like that. That's when they want you to have a permit. Now, mind you, ladies and gentlemen, dear viewer, understand this. He shows you nothing of a ordinance. That's what I want to see. He shows no ordinance. Notice that I show you the ordinance. I quote and cite the ordinance, but there's no ordinance that he brings up. No numbers, no codes. Like I said, here's another one that does not care about your freedom of speech.
Application performance for permits to utilize outdoor sound devices, loudspeakers, public address system, bullhorn must be filed 15 days in advance of whatever it is you're doing. So it's free to actually apply for the permit, but the city of Newark requires a permit, and you can do so in the licensing department at 22 Franklin Street.
Can you explain to me what this is saying, where it says prohibited acts? No person shall cause, suffer, or allow to permit the following acts. And then it says operating, playing, or permitting the operation or playing of any radio, television, yada, 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 in such a manner to create an unnecessary noise at 50 feet from such a device operated in public buildings or on public modes of transportation or public streets or any other public place or on motor vehicles in a public right of way. And then it's also saying...
What's your question?
Well, my question is, why is it saying this? And it says nothing about a permit. And it says...
This is unnecessary noise.
It's not unnecessary noise.
You're creating unnecessary noise.
I have a right to create noise in the way of freedom of speech.
You do have a right. And again, you're in violation of city ordinance.
Well, I'm not in violation if it's giving me permission.
So this is what happens, sir. If you do not apply for a proper permit, right, my officers are going to give you a summons and you are going to appear in front of a judge, and then you could explain your case to a judge as far as whatever it is you feel your defense is. We're not here to,
okay, so you don't care about...
We're not here to play the judge, jury, and executioner. We're here to enforce the ordinance as they say.
Enforce them correctly.
Okay.
I have a right to be here. I have a right to operate on this speaker. And I have a right to make noise at a certain distance.
Okay.
And that noise is my vocals. It's not like I'm hooting and hollering out
here. An amplified system.
And I have a right to do that through the ordinance.
You need...
Right here.
Okay, sir.
It gives you a timetable.
At this point, sir, I advise you that you are in violation of an ordinance and you feel differently, right? And that's fine. However, my officers are obligated to issue you a summons if you continue to operate your loudspeaker. So those are your options, sir. You could respond. You could come back here tomorrow after you have the proper permits in place.
So even though there's an ordinance that says otherwise,
that's your argument to the judge, sir.
But this is in law, though.
Okay, and I'm
asking you to honor this ordinance
and
as a police captain.
Right.
Honor the ordinance,
sir. And again, I'm gonna advise you again that you will be issued a summons if you continue to operate a loudspeaker on public property.
So I can't be here to preach the gospel.
You can.
I can.
You can. You just can't be a loudspeaker.
Not with the speaker, boss. So
if I have,
I understand what you have.
Well, I know you're not going to say anything differently than what he said, because that's your boss right there. So
listen what I'm saying. Scream it out right now. Don't use the amplifier to avoid the summons, go tomorrow, get the permit. I understand you have something saying different.
Listen, I don't want to talk to you because you're not going to
Oh,
you're
okay.
not going to challenge his authority. He's operating an illegal authority. There's an ordinance
Right,
that
even though he's
says
my captain, there's still an ordinance that there's a city ordinance
There's an
that
ordinance-
I follow as well.
there's an ordinance that says I'm allowed to do this. I just got to be at a certain volume. He's saying I need a permit. You're not going to challenge that. You're not going to tell him, "Hey, he's right, boss." Tell him. Tell your boss he's right.
Sir,
Like I told you,
You're not going to do that. So why should I talk to you?
I'm gonna follow it.
Why should I talk to you? If you're not going to uphold the ordinance that you have been entrusted to exercise, to enforce.
We have an ordinance.
Yes,
We
this
have
is
the
it
summons
right
from the
here.
beginning.
This is the ordinance right here. Follow the ordinance. It says I'm allowed to
sir,
do
I'm
this.
I'm not arguing with you, sir.